Hello, water signs. Welcome back to my channel. I am here to do your reading for the first 2 weeks of October. We're going to take a look into the cards, see what's in store for you, see if I can get you some messages, some insights, perhaps some confirmations on things that are happening in your life right now. Just a quick reminder to those of you who are interested in still joining the Alchemy program, we are about to start our October session. If you want to join the group, all that information is in the description below. Water signs, you know the deal. If nothing resonates with you, chuck it out. Sorry, wasn't for you. But if it did resonate with you and you want some further insights into your own life, you can book a personal reading with me or a coaching and personal. All that information is down below. This reading is for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus, which means if you have Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces in any of those places, then this reading could be for you. Without further ado, water signs, let's jump into your reading and find out what's in store for you for the first 2 weeks of October. Okay, we're going to be taking a look into, I'll move over a little bit. We're going to be taking a look into your sacred geometry cards here. Get one frequency. We want one card only for my water signs for the first 2 weeks of October. What's crowning their spread? What energy is really ruling for the first 2 weeks of October that they need to be aware of? For my water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, first 2 weeks of October. Oh my gosh, water signs. You get this one all the time. We have the Tantric Journey. The frequency of the Tantric Journey helps us to unlock the hidden knowledge and wisdom that we intrinsically hold about how to reach a state of wholeness and completion through our sensual experiences with ourselves and with another. Okay, so instantly I'm pulled to the number 42, which is a 6, and 6 is all about union. 6 is all about truth, communication. So you're going to be learning, water signs, how to communicate more through your own feelings. Through touch and through feelings. There is going to be a heightened awareness or a heightened ability, extra sensibility to communicate. Not just with a partner, but with your own body. There are messages that your body wants to communicate with you, and it's going to be coming through this ability for you to really connect with your own sensories within your body. So what is your body trying to communicate to you right now? To bring this sense of union of self back in. There could be some sort of awakening, kundalini action happening for some of you. We're going to take a look into the fairy cards here and find out if we can get some more insight for my water signs. Okay, first card out, we have the Singer of Transfiguration. Okay, this is like the phoenix rising from the ashes, this card. Very masculine energy. I'm just getting the sense of like the fire within you butterflying. Like there's a butterflying effect of fire. Okay, I'm gonna just leave it. There's lots coming through, but I just want to pull more cards here for you, water signs. What other messages do we have for water signs for the first 2 weeks of October that give us some more? Oh, wow, 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 whoa, whoa. Okay, we have a lot of cards here. Okay, that's how they want me to lay them out. So we have the singer of Transfiguration, and he of the fiery sword. He of the Fiery Sword is a little bit of a phallic card here, considering we're talking about the tantric journey. But it's also the blue energy, which is more of the feminine energy. He of the Fiery Sword is about wielding your sword of truth, communication. We have this singer of Transfiguration beside it. Again, when I talk about the tantric journey, I'm feeling like the reason why it's coming up more so is this ability to sense things through your body, but also speaking of this idea of union and communication through union. And we have two cards here representing that right now. You have the 11, okay, which is a, a very spiritual awakening card. Also, sometimes people refer to it as like a twin flame. But also then we have the 4, and the 4 is really pulling me into that stability. It's the idea of like the 4 of Wands. When we have the sword kind of coming up here, like it's interesting. Because we have a 4, we have an 11, which is a 2, 42, 42. But then we also have 39 and 9. We have Lost Guna, and we have the singer of initiation. Okay, so I've just instantly got a message that you're going through like the tunnels or chambers of initiation right now. And Lost Guna has to do with healing. There's a bit of like self-healing that has to come through. Let's go into the deck here just to get a deeper read. In fact, I want to go to those two cards first before we go into Singer of Transfiguration, because there's this idea, water signs, of you rising from the ashes to speak your truth or to communicate your truth in a whole new way. Okay, and that whole new way may be through your body. Again, this doesn't necessarily have to relate to anyone but you. And I get the sense too that it is more so about you communicating with yourself and your body. Okay, so yeah. So Las Gunas. She's about self-discovery, looking for hidden treasures, sunken treasures. And with it coming up beside the singer of initiation, I feel like you're going through some level of spiritual initiation right now. Okay, with the tantric journey, like I said, there could be some sort of kundalini awakening happening within your own body that is initiating some form of discovery of a treasure that has been hidden within you. This could come in the form of a way to communicate your truth, okay, in a whole new way, intuitively, channeling, perhaps through messages in dream state, but new ways that you're not used to. And it's having this butterfly effect on you in a sense of like, when we talk about the transfiguration, it's like a transformation. It's like this whole new, there has been a part of you that has been burnt down to the ground. And through that burning down, whatever that was that you've had to burn away, whether it's been like cutting through old programming, cutting through old beliefs, cutting through the ego, whatever it is that you've had to burn that part of you down, you're now able to allow the true essence of you to rise through the ashes and come forward, which is a result of you being able to connect more so to your extra sensibilities through this Kundalini awakening that might be happening within you. And again, when I see this singer of initiation water signs, you are going through an initiation of some sorts here, and I keep being shown in my mind like a very long tunnel in a palace. I'm seeing very large columns. I'm seeing the similar colors that are on this card. It's almost like it's this place is very heavenly-like in certain ways, but not in a white sense. I'm getting this more like purpley, like basically the colors of this card, this blue, purple, kind of pinkish tones in kind of like a fog, a misty kind of sense all around. And I'm being shown you slowly walking through this palace, this tunnel, past each column. And it's like you're going through certain steps of initiation right now to be crowned, another achievement in your soul's, it's not soul's evolution. It's an awakening. It's more of an awakening that's happening. More access to things that you haven't had access to before, and it's coming through the self-discovery. So there's certain. The message here is that water signs. There is a message here offering guidance to explore how you communicate with your body through feeling, through touch. Okay, and again, this doesn't mean it has to do with anyone else, and it doesn't have to even be sexual. Okay, this is about how you feel the wind on your skin, how you feel your clothes on your skin. When you touch another person's body, like even if you just put your hand on their hand, it could be anyone, it could be a stranger. But what information, communication are you now receiving through touch, through the ability of your body to communicate more information to you? That's what's really kind of coming through. So there's some sort of initiation here or awakening to things that are allowing you, that is a result, water signs of you, sorry if I just hit my mic there, that is a result of you burning down, okay, I don't want to say burning down the ego, because the ego is a very important teacher, but it's almost like burning down the old programs, burning down the old constructs or the structures that were in place that were actually hindering you and in some ways imprisoning you from being able to move forward into this new self-discovery. So let's go into the tarot and find out what other messages do we have here for water signs. It's feeling very, okay. Ooh, interesting. Okay, we have the World in reverse with the Magician in reverse. Very interesting. So I'm getting the sense here, water signs, that you've been going through something that, there was a very long cycle that hasn't closed yet. It's been unable to close, and it had something to do with you not standing in your power of being the creator of your reality. Okay? Some sort of cycle here of how you manipulate your reality, how you determine your reality. There's been a long cycle here that hasn't fully closed yet, but it's getting close, or you're trying to close it. And it's through this initiation that I think you will be able to close it and eventually have this singer of transfiguration, of this idea of rising from the ashes. And so whatever this is that you've been having difficulty with, whether it's manifesting certain things or not fully understanding your role in the quantum field of how you create things, that's kind of what's wanting to come to a close here. That's what's wanting your attention right now. So yeah, your reading's already feeling like a little bit more next level than the other ones. And that's in no like this one's better or whatever. It's just feeling that way. Like I'm feeling a little bit more, okay. Okay, so we have the Knight of Coins here in reverse. Yes, something wasn't coming together. With the Knight of Coins here, you know, the coins energy talks about the tangible. It talks about your material world. And the Knight is usually an offering or a gift or someone who was coming in. And I'm getting more of a sense of the energy of this is more of not so much that has to do with someone, but more in a sense of the overall reality creation, in that something was unstable, something wasn't coming together, like something wasn't clicking. And that's why this World and Magician card is in reverse, is because it's almost like you're showing me like you're trying to connect two chords together, but they're just not connecting. Like one's not fitting, or like it's just too loose of a connection and it's not like catching. Something just wasn't connecting. It wasn't coming together. And it was like this feeling of almost being there, but just not quite. Almost getting it, but one thing's missing. Like, I don't know, like you were almost there. Because with the World here in reverse, I feel like you're so close. You're so close. Is this something, water signs, that you're discovering about yourself, that you always seem to get to so close to the finish line, but then something happens for it to not fully connect? This is part of your self-discovery process for your initiation. And that's why they're showing me you walking through this royal palace of initiation points to get to this point of transfiguration, so that you're able to change the way you're communicating. I'm just going to leave it. Okay. So, okay, we'll do these first. So we have the Five of Coins in reverse, and we have the Judgment card in reverse. So Five of Coins is talking about releasing something that has really caused a lot of sorrow, some grief in your life, sadness, perhaps isolation in some ways. Oh, no, sorry, it's the Five of Coins. So yeah, this is about you feeling isolated, feeling left out in the cold, perhaps iced out. But I'll be honest with you, water signs, I think it was you icing yourself out. And they got this Judgment card. And okay, so the phrase that just came into my mind as I looked at the Judgment card was "not again." And the Judgment card is all about a second chance. But I'm feeling like the reason why this Judgment card came up in reverse was this specific message of "not again." Like you don't want to keep going through this again. Like you're done. Like you want to close this cycle out. Like stop repeating it. Stop, like no more. And this idea of no more, of like icing yourself up, of leaving yourself out in the cold, of you not being able to connect. Oh, so this idea of the connection points, okay, of the connection points not coming together was something within you wasn't connecting. Okay, and it's this idea of, I feel like the missing point is the body. And that's why we have the Knight of Coins coming up here. The Knight of the Coins energy typically can be health, body, all that stuff. And so there's a part within your body that's trying to communicate this lack of connection or inability to fully connect at the very end. Like you get so close and then everything just kind of like shorts out. And that's kind of like coming to an end. So we have, right following that, we have the Six of Swords. Okay, so this is about moving on to calmer waters, finally leaving the struggles behind. And this talks about this idea of leaving the struggles of the old programming behind. When you burn things down, it's like you're finally willing to move forward. You're willing to go to a new place because whatever place you were in, it just wasn't working for you. It wasn't working for you, and you're tired of trying to make it work. You're tired of trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. Okay, it's just not going to work. And yeah, so you're ready to kind of move on from this energy of like, no, not again. I'm not icing myself out from my own connection. I'm not like turning things off. I'm not going to ignore the signs. I'm not going to ignore my own body anymore. I'm ready to finally connect. I'm ready to finally learn what my body wants to teach me. Woo! And as I'm saying that, look, you've got the Two of Cups. Again, I said this whole tantric journey is about union and wholeness and coming together. And I'm feeling like that this is just you finally, like it's all coming together now because you finally figured out what the program was. You finally figured out what's kind of been holding you back. And you're finally ready to connect. And this is about, with the water, kind of the Two of Cups, and feeling that this is more so about you really bringing in your own intuitive abilities, but also the emotional aspect, the feeling, that extra sensibility of feeling things kind of coming together. Like it's all coming together. It's warm in here. It's getting hot. All right, what other messages do we have here for water signs? I don't know if it's just your energy, water signs, that's overheating me. Like there's just so much electricity or intense energy coming through here. But okay, do we have any more messages here for water signs? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Look at that. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse. Again, with it falling under the Knight of Coins, it's this idea of like false starts to me of creative endeavors. Also a false start of spiritual endeavors. You know, the wands to me are very spiritual. It's a very spiritual element. Okay, why is the Ace of Wands though here in reverse? Why is the Ace of Wands here in reverse? Tell me more about the Ace of Wands in reverse. Why is the Ace of Wands here in reverse? Because of the Knight. Because of the Knight of Wands. Okay, so the Knight of Wands is very touch and go energy. Okay, it's in and then it's out. It's in and then it's out. It's in and then it's out. And that's why this Ace of Wands was never taking off. Okay, this is why whatever it is that you've been working on, whether it's a creative endeavor, again, spiritually awakening, like a spiritual awakening, or advancing like your own spiritual connections. Perhaps it was a relationship that's been, you know, because we do have the tantric journey up here. This could all be pertaining to a relationship with you, but the reason why it's in reverse is because of this kind of like stop, start, and you're just, and again, like the Knight of Coins, it's very unstable, that energy when it's in reverse, and you just realize that you needed something consistent. You needed something consistent, and so you consistently have to bring in an awareness around this. You have to bring in an awareness around this, this opening that you're kind of going through. which again, the fiery sword, okay, is all about wielding the truth, wielding like a new communication, cutting away what doesn't work. The sword is all about like cutting away what doesn't work. And so it's like you're cutting away and releasing the parts of you that were keeping you in a cycle that didn't allow you to fully connect when it came to the end result. Okay, like you're like, no, I want to move forward and I want to be better at this. I want to be able to connect and move on and build upon something. I don't know if this is making sense, water signs. I hope it is. I'm just kind of going with it. Okay, we have so many reversal cards here for you. With the Strength card in reverse. So the first message that really came through for me when I'm looking at the Strength card here, to me, like I just see the lions, I think Leo, and I think of the inner child, which is what the sign of Leo really represents, the inner child. And your inner child just wasn't able to play. I know this is a completely different reading than what the Strength card represents, but I'm just going with what's coming through. Your inner child just wasn't able to play. And this was part of the problem. And this is why you've gone into some self-discovery here. This is why this whole thing has been initiated. It's why things weren't connecting, because the inner child within you wasn't able to play. You weren't feeding the inner child within you, or you were neglecting it. Perhaps you were going through a phase where like you were, and then you went through a phase where you kind of ignored it and neglected the inner child part. And that's why things just weren't connecting for you, because you forgot about like that part that's just really kind of feeds your soul and allows you to open up so much more, allows you to connect. The inner child is what keeps your energy free flowing. It allows you to not even have to think about things, like things just fall into place. And I get this sense that perhaps you may have been in your head too much, water signs, about something here. And this is kind of helping to get you out of your head and into your body, into your feeling, into your heart. Whoa, Tower has come out in 3 readings. So, yeah. And this is just, right here, what I'm just really getting from the Tower card is massive awakening. And that doesn't mean that you're unawakened and that you're going through, like, it means that wherever you're at, you're going through another phase of awakening. And also that, you know, with this Tower card, water signs, that you were able to break down, like we talked about those old programs, okay? You were able to like break down the old programs that were keeping you stuck in some sort of loop or cycle of incompletion. Okay, and the word incompletion keeps coming up because of the world coming up here in reverse. Something just was never getting fully completed. And it had to do part with your manifestation abilities, you being able to create your reality, and this program belief of perhaps you were ignoring this idea of like, what are you creating right now? Why is this happening? Like knowing that you have full power over that. And so what's happening is, you know, with this ending on the Tower, I feel like this is also speaking to the singer of Transfiguration here. And that you're getting this rebirth, rising of the phoenix, because you've burnt. Okay, you've burnt all the programs down. That's what you did with the Tower. You burnt all the programs down through your own awakening, and you were able to rise up, rise with the higher consciousness. Again, with the Fury Sword, it's also like masculine, but I also see it as like this expansiveness of your own conscious awareness kind of coming in as you go through this self-discovery. Like, and that's what's kind of like leading you to all of this. Like, so you started like paying attention to like, okay, something's got to change here because this isn't working anymore. Like I said, like no more. Like you're not icing yourself out anymore. You're not going to be the reason for things not working out. Okay. So I don't know if this made sense, water signs. I know it's a lot of information. It feels really heavy, but also very swimmy. So I'm hoping it's landing. For those of you that it's really resonating with. All right, water signs, if you need any more information about me or you need to book a reading with me, all that information is in the description below. Water signs, I love you so much. Have a wonderful day, and I'll be back with you soon.